New Pod City, the only podcast hosting company in New Jersey, presents Podstock, the 2022 annual podcast conference. At Podstock, you'll hear from seasoned professionals in the podcast industry, interact with other podcasters, get familiar with equipment from podcast gear manufacturers, and enjoy a day that is programmed for experienced and beginner podcasters with keynote speaker, podcaster extraordinaire Rob Greenlee, as well as Christine Blackburn, host of the Storyworthy podcast, Travis Chappell, founder of Guestio, Charles Riddle, founder of Esquire Trademarks, Will Foskey, president of NPC Podcast Network, Frank and Christina Sasso, founders of New Pod City, and many more. Podstock, June 11th from noon to 6 at the Masonic Temple in Trenton, New Jersey. Tickets are just $99. Get your tickets now at podstock.us.
Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
All right, and welcome to episode 49 of the most dangerous film review podcast in the multiverse, the Film Blurs. I am Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. J. Otis Dynamite, a.k.a.
Benjamin Button,
a.k.a. He Who Remains, a.k.a.
Perry Ruxpin,
a.k.a. Jobu Tupaki, a.k.a. That Motherfucker, a.k.a. To Be Determined. And I am joined here, as always, with my main man.
My name is Brandon Norwood, a.k.a. Hero Protagonist, a.k.a. The True Father of Joe's Kids, a.k.a.
the Glizzy King,
a.k.a. Papi Chulo, a.k.a. Mr. Krusty, a.k.a.
the Lethal Protector,
a.k.a. Rough McGruff, a.k.a. I don't like seeing grown men sweat on each other, a.k.a. D's Nuts, a.k.a. B-Wood the Magnificent.
Oh, man, 49 episodes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, all right, well, let's get into our heaviest bit of news that came out over the weekend. Jeff, why don't you start this shit off?
In essence, one of the Academy members has been convicted, not accused, not under suspicion, convicted of 3 separate counts of child molestation. And the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences is reviewing actions to take next. Meanwhile, Will Smith just slapped a motherfucker and they made decisive action.
Yeah, that motherfucker was banned for 10 years, and this motherfucker, they're just like, I don't know. Like, you sound like Scooby-Doo.
Like I said before, not accused, not under suspicion, convicted of 3 counts. What conversation needs to be had with that? Like, oh, you diddled kids on 3 separate occasions, and a court of law has found you guilty of all counts of child diddling. Yeah, okay, you got to go. Bye.
Told you, yo. I told you, it's fucking white people. As long as you rich and in
all,
power, nobody gives a fuck.
If it's all white, it's all right. Like, god damn.
Yeah, man, I'm disappointed, yo. Like, yo, motherfuckers lost their mind over a slap, and this shit, they're just like, well, we got to think about it.
Right.
Oh, would you let your kid play with him? No, but I'm going to think about it.
Right, and now we're not defending Will Smith because we've had this conversation, but still, like, you made that. What was it? 2 days? 2 days?
It was like the span less than a week.
Less than a week, they made a decision and on this, and now we have to think about how you want to go forward with a convicted 3-time child molester. 3 times.
Jesus Christ! All right, well.
There's some lighthearted news to start the program with.
All right, so now that that's out the way, it's time to go back to the fuckery and foolishness that is Days of Thunder. I got some cleanup to do.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
I got my facts wrong on the rap party. This is all the news I need to say. I got this wrong.
Okay.
And I'm going to read this directly. In Daytona, Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer spent $400,000 to have a vacant storefront in their hotel converted into their private gym with a large neon sign reading Days of Thunder. Simpson also kept a closet full of Donna Karan dresses to offer the attractive women his assistants found on the beach and held private parties with friends like rapper Tone Loc. They threw a special welcome party for the crew at a local nightclub with no food or drinks and very little music, but plenty of hookers that were flown in. Most were limited to the roped off VIP area with Bruckheimer, Simpson, and Tom Cruise.
So it's not like you got your facts wrong. You just drilled down the numbers so we can see the amount of fuckery that went into this production.
So that's how it started. It didn't even end like that. That's how that shit started. If I'm working, like, let's say I'm the assistant camera person, my job is to focus pool to make sure everything stays in focus. And I'm going to this fucking crew party. Oh, we're for the crew. They threw a big party for us. I get there, no food, no drinks. The shit that is there can't have. I'd be like, whoa, we're starting great. We're starting great.
Wow.
And that's on top of them sitting around 20 hours a day, getting paid and making 4 months worth of overtime because motherfuckers wanted to argue.
My out of these new facts, the thing that really has me astounded is the closet full of fucking
Donna Karan.
So like he's just going around the beach, fucking pretty. It's like all right, now you're a princess. Come over here and fuck me. It's like he really Richard Geared the fuck out of all of South.
That's some shit they do in porn shit. Where they go to the beach, like that's what Bang Brothers does, and all them fucking scumbag sites where they just go find women on the beach, like yo, we'll pay you $2,000 if you want to have sex right now.
Oh Jesus! So Days of Thunder. If you haven't seen it, it's on streaming.
Oh, I got
right
more.
now. Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, come on, bring it.
Okay. All right. So another bit of news is during the production, Tony Scott was dating Donna W. Scott, and they dated the entire production. And once the production ended, they broke up, and eventually she got married to Tony Scott.
Okay.
Some more shit. Look, these are all the actresses that turned down the role of the neurosurgeon that was played by Nicole Kidman. By the way, Nicole Kidman wanted to study neurosurgery to help her in the part.
Right.
Simpson and Bruckheimer were just like, no, it's a waste of time.
But a new $400,000 gym. Like Nicole Kidman wants to, like, if this acting thing doesn't work out, maybe I could be a neuroscientist. Let me get my job to pay for it. Like the rest of America is like, hey, yeah, you want to take some classes, go ahead. And they're like, nah, you just look pretty, bitch. Just look pretty.
So these are the list of actresses that turned this down. Kim Basinger, Sandra Bullock, Allison Doody, Jodie Foster, Sarah Jessica Parker, Heather Locklear, Madonna, Michelle Pfeiffer, Molly Ringwald, Julia Roberts, Meg Ryan, Brooke Shields, Sharon Stone, and Alan Sheedy all said no.
So they just went down the fucking list of like 90s superstar actresses, huh?
I bet you they all read this script and was like, yeah, I'm not doing this misogynistic shit.
I'd actually would have loved to have seen Jodie Foster in Days of Thunder. Yo.
Just because we all know who she really is now.
Yeah, like the look of disgust on her face in every frame of the movie would have been worth the price of entry. Can we get a deep fake of all of these actresses just scowling over, like in this movie, like just over top of the Nicole Kidman footage?
Their first choice was Robin Wright, and she turned it down because she was busy shooting 2 other movies.
She dodged a bullet with that. What were the other movies that you do know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The shooting, the actual production lasted from February in 1990 till the end of May in 1990. This movie came out in June. They had fucking 5 weeks to complete it.
Wait. So it wrapped in May.
Yes. And came out in June.
So they did all of post
in 5 weeks.
Like, were they doing the post as they were shooting since they had 4 months? Like, since they were, or
no, it was all during those 5 weeks.
Wow.
Because they already had a release date locked in, and because those 2 motherfuckers were doing whatever the fuck they wanted.
Wow, 5 weeks of post production for a major motion picture.
That, in order for it to be profitable, had to gross $150 million. In 1990,
they might as well say $1 billion. And like $1990 is $1 billion.
Yeah, nothing made $150 million. Not even Star Wars, guys. Like inflation, that shit made like $400, $500. But back then,
right,
to make it out the gate like that,
it had to make $150 million 1990 money, which is like, I don't even know.
You can't. That's impossible.
Wait,
if it came out today, it'd still be impossible because nobody's gonna go see this shit.
Wait, let me Google search.
All right. So while you do that, I got my last piece of trivia.
All right, go for it.
Production began without a finished script. Scenes were often written the day of filming. During one of the driving sequences, Tom Cruise actually had to read his lines off of cue cards attached to the windshield, which resulted in a minor car accident. For subsequent driving sequences, Cruise was fitted with special earpieces to have his lines fed to him.
Really?
That's Days of Thunder, everybody.
Okay, so in 2022 money, Days of Thunder would have had to have made somewhere around $332 million to be profitable.
I don't even think it could do that worldwide. Like, this movie's so bad, I don't even think because NASCAR is strictly an American thing.
Right. And look, Tom Cruise is a star, but I don't think this movie would have made anywhere close to $250 million if it was released today.
Nigga, The Mummy barely cracked 400 million.
And that's an established IP,
like that movie sucks dick.
I mean, it's got its for the most part, it is a dick sucker. I mean, it's got its moments, but for the most part, it's a horrible movie.
And it was also Universal putting the cart before the horse. I'll never forget going to a fucking screening for that motherfucker. And as soon as the Universal logo ends, they have the Dark Universe logo, and the whole theater busted out laughing. I was like, yo, y'all motherfuckers, y'all waited. Y'all should have had this ready for the second movie, not on your first one.
Look, I have pitched the Dark Universe, the Dark Universe in this show before. If you want to hear it, look back in our old episodes. But Universal, I got you. Come to me. Me and Brandon can reboot this for you and make this Dark Universe work.
Listen, a shared universe of the OG monsters, in theory, that's very dope and can work. It's just, y'all chose it y'all tried it with Dracula Untold, and then we're like, oh, no, that don't count. And then you put all your chips into it because, the Brendan Fraser Mummy was big, and then you had a big ass movie star, but you had no fucking script. Like, I don't know how anybody thinks I would have read the script for the Mummy and been like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit.
I was like, no. It made no fucking sense. Even whatever they had cut out. I would like to see the original script and the quote unquote director's cut of it, it still was probably a piece of dog shit.
You know it's bad when the most likable character in the entire fucking movie is the mummy herself.
Anyway, moving on. Any more Days of Thunder? Because I can hear you talk about Days of Thunder.
Oh no, that's it. That's all I got for Days of Thunder. I just need to. I wish I could have made a documentary out of the making of this motherfucker.
I wish I could have lived that life. The 90s were different, man.
Well, that's 1990. That's still basically the 80s. Like the 90s didn't really come full force to like 92, 93. So like 1990, 1991, that's still the 80s.
That's like big Coke energy. Good God bless them. Like there will never be another Days of Thunder production ever.
I don't think anybody did. Have they ever given Tom Cruise that much power over a movie besides the shit he pulled with Maverick? Like that shit makes sense, but I'm talking like creatively. I don't think he's been given.
I don't know. The Mission Impossible series. I don't know how much of a hand.
That's true. Okay, I guess. But that makes sense.
But that's that's grown man shit. Like
that makes sense because you could weave a story around what he wants to do.
Right.
This is literally about going around in circles, watching cars going around in circles. So if your story ain't good, then I mean that's it, nigga.
I had a friend who used to watch NASCAR, and he was like, "I don't watch it for the races. I watch it for the crashes. I give a fuck about the race. I want to see. I see a fireball."
I mean, my guy, that's just a waste of time because you're gonna be waiting like 30 minutes to an hour to see a car crash, and then somebody might die. So then you're gonna sit there, you watch somebody die. I don't know how you feel good about that shit.
Man, look, Faces of Death made millions of dollars, man. So I don't know.
Yo, that shit's different though.
Never underestimate the human's capacity for scumbaggery.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the production of this movie said just as much. All right, continuing with Tom Cruise. Top Gun Maverick had a whole gala premiere at it was the first movie to screen at the Cannes Film Festival. Cannes is happening now. Today they're going to screen Crimes of the Future, and I hope that motherfucker is good.
Even if it's not good, it's gonna be weird Cronenberg.
It's gonna be gross.
Yeah. So
Top Gun Maverick had a 6-minute standing ovation, and they gave Tom Cruise an honorary Palme d'Or because he is the last action hero. That's how much the French love him.
I would like to thank all of the French people for recognizing my gangster. Put some respect on my name.
I wonder if they're yelling out, Jesus time! Jesus time!
I mean, look, I can't talk enough about Top Gun fucking Maverick. I was going through my calendar, right? And I was trying to schedule out this week. It's like 27th. Something big is happening on the 27th. I can't schedule anything for May 27th. And then I remembered that's when our Lord and Savior, Top Gun Maverick, rises from the grave and blesses us.
I mean, this motherfucker is going to make mad money just because I think everybody's kind of done with Doctor Strange. Every time they show this movie, it blows the roof off. Like, niggas lose their fucking mind, and rightfully so. Motherfuckers campaigning for this shit to be Best Picture.
Top Gun Maverick is going to do the money that Days of Thunder should have made. This is all an attempt to wash Days of Thunder out of people's out of collective history.
Days of Thunder can't be erased now. Y'all motherfuckers made it. Like that shit with two of the biggest, a bunch of big movie stars. Robert Duvall's in that. Michael Rooker's in it. Carrie Ellis, John C. Reilly's in that. Like there's mad motherfuckers in this, so y'all can't get rid of it.
Good on Top Gun Maverick for was a 6-minute standing ovation.
5 minute.
5 minute. I mean, honestly, when we were in that screening, we both kind of wanted to stand up and fucking cheers for this bitch. So I mean,
I ain't need to. Nigga next to me was like doing fist pumping throughout half the movie, and I was getting hyped off of him sometimes. I'm like,
yeah.
I wanted to hit him on the shoulder, be like, yeah, you see this shit? You see this shit?
I told you, man. When me and Miles Teller said, what the fuck was that at the same time? Like, I knew it had me. It had me. It's like we're both as amazed by what was going on.
When the Russian fucking jet did that fucking Russian maneuver, I was just like, damn, this dab is crazy.
What is this? Is wet? What is this? What is this?
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, planes can't do that shit.
Obviously they can. We don't know shit about planes, I guess.
I was like, nigga, I know I ain't hallucinating. Fucking plane didn't do that shit. All right. Speaking of Cannes, George Miller's new movie, 3,000 Years of Longing, has now jumped into the awards race after its Cannes premiere, or Cannes, however the fuck you say your French town. That got a 5-minute standing ovation with everybody calling it to be nominated for Best Picture. So we got 2 Best Picture nominees so far. It's this and Top Gun.
Yeah, I mean, is this going to be a good year for movies? Is this what's going to happen? Is this going to be...
I mean, we got a prestigious Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, out the gate.
We got prestigious Batman. We got X. Everywhere. Like
everything, everywhere, all at once. Got fucking the crazy ass Viking movie with the Northman. Like, we got some hitters this year. It's just y'all motherfuckers decide to go see the dumb shit.
Right. And honestly, I think on the count of 3 is going to probably at least get nominated for Best Original Screenplay.
We'll see. The trailer for this movie dropped. I didn't watch it just because I want to go into this fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I see snippets of it, like scrolling, but I don't want to click on it.
Yeah, and I figured, it comes out at the end of August, like literally like the last days of August. So I was just like, that's like 3 months away, dog. Like I'm cool.
Right. The ticket has been sold. Like,
nigga, all you had to say was George Miller. I was like, all right, cool. Mindy Kaling has shown off a first look at the new Scooby-Doo cartoon named Velma, and it's strictly for adults. And I was like, yeah, no shit, because that first look, I was like, yo, this nigga's brain is all over the fucking ground.
I know I should like Mindy Kaling, but I don't. I don't like anything she's ever done, like behind the camera, like as a producer or as a writer, So, I mean, I'll watch it, I'll do whatever, but I'm not excited about it.
Oh, I am. I trust her. Hopefully it's good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's the first time we're having a Velma of color, so because she is animated as a Indian.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Look, I'll watch it, and we'll see. I'm willing to be impressed.
All right. Daredevil may be returning as a Disney Plus series. And I say maybe because this is just rumors.
Right.
I hope so because as I was talking to our mutual friend Wayne, because we were talking about these Marvel shits, I was like, it is not good that these fucking TV shows
are better
than the fucking movies, because eventually people are going to catch on and just say, okay, no thank you to these movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And like the Daredevil series in particular, it was great, especially for Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the season 1 and season 3 definitely. Season 2, I was like, yeah,
but like they made up for it in season 3. And Charlie Cox is
perfect
casting.
Daredevil is a comic I read as a kid. That was like one of my favorite superheroes, and like that is one of the things they got right, is just the character of Matt Murdock in that show.
Right. So I hope they don't try to tinker with the formula, or at least the casting of it.
Right.
Let's just put a new creative team in there, keep the casting, keep the continuity.
Well, we already know they're going to keep Vincent D'Onofrio because he was in Hawkeye. And then, of course, they're going to keep Charlie Cox because he just popped up in No Way Home. So, I don't think they're going to change the core cast.
They could fuck with it, though, because, the whole entire... What are we calling the whole entire... the whole entire multiverse thing that happened in the last Spider-Man? Was there an official name?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but that gave him carte blanche to fucking change and tinker with whatever, and fuck it up.
I don't know, because one of the rumors is saying it's going to pick up where the show left off on Netflix.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Like the only other one that should pick up where it left off is The Punisher. Otherwise, the rest of these shits like reboot from the ground up.
Do you think Disney's gonna bring back The Punisher?
They should. It's on. They have fucking Alias on Disney Plus. I was like, what the fuck is this show doing on Disney Plus, dog?
Right. I mean, I don't know. Like,
they have The Punisher on Disney Plus, dog.
Right, but but will they like? That's IP that they own, whatever like that. It's already in the can. It's free money. But I don't know if they're willing to throw money at like, all right, let's do another.
The character's too popular, and like you said, money talks, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's hella problematic, especially nowadays where every motherfucker with a gun wants to shoot somebody. But I mean, at the same time, I'm just like, yo, at least in the Netflix show, they understood Frank was a bad guy and what he was doing was wrong, and they explored that. So,
yeah, I just don't want to see. I don't want to have another 5 years of Blue Lives Matter Punisher stickers on the back of pickup trucks.
I mean, you won't get that shit no matter what, nigga. That's just the society we live in now.
All right, so so I'm excited that there's a possibility, like they're having the conversation, because it's still just internet rumors. Comicbook.com throws a picture of Charlie Cox up there, writes a blurb, and the whole entire internet goes wild. So we'll see.
Well, another rumor that's kicking around is that there was going to be a Captain Carter spinoff project that is in development. And if this is true, I feel bad for Haley Atwell, because just at this point, leave the character be, dog. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
I mean, they barely gave Agent Carter a chance.
Yeah.
And yes, it was cool seeing her in What If. It was cool seeing her in, The Mouth of Madness, or whatever we fucking calling that movie.
It was not cool seeing her in that shit.
But I'm just like, she was perfect in Agent Carter. Like that was a show that could have been developed and loved and gone places.
Yeah, that first season was pretty good. I didn't like that second season at all.
I didn't even realize it got the second season. I just thought it was canceled in the first.
No, they got the second season, and then they canceled it once the ratings dipped again.
Right, but it is what it is.
Not every motherfucker needs like a spinoff or some shit. Like the fact that this is gonna happen, or the Agatha House of Harkness shit. I'm just like, why? At this point, why? Like, you guys have a whole roster of motherfuckers. Like, I haven't heard shit about the Silver Surfer.
I don't even know how they're gonna do that.
You can find a way to do Silver Surfer. He's the Herald for Galactus.
It's too heady and too out there for the people who are going to see these movies. Like you saw what Eternals did. People hated Eternals because it was a little too cosmic.
They're about to do Secret Invasion, dog. One of the weirdest fucking comics ever about the Kree invading planet Earth.
But it's gonna be watered down. Look, you have more faith in Marvel than I do when it comes to this shit.
At least the TV shows. The movies I could take or leave.
But my thing is, eventually these TV, like, they're gonna see that the money is in the TV shows, and they're gonna start fucking with the formula. That's my fear. But
we'll see. I don't know, man, because I'll tell you what. Speaking of formula, that's their problem right then and there, is the fucking formula for the movies. At least the TV shows, they do their own thing. These movies, honestly, Marvel has a whole ass screenplay where they just cross out the name and put whatever superhero. Oh, Blade, cross that out. We're doing Daredevil now. Oh, cross out Daredevil. Put in Fantastic Four. Like, it's the same fucking script.
Right, and just make sure you put a cameo at the end for an obscure character that no one gives a fuck about.
Let's quip a little bit. Have some quip jokes, because it's getting too serious. Because God forbid if we actually make a serious movie for once.
I'm waiting for the fart jokes.
All right, so Margot Robbie is going to star and produce a Ocean's 11 prequel with Jay Roach. And my thing about this is, what happened to the Ocean's trilogy with Sandra Bullock, where it was Ocean's 8 and then it was going to be 9, 10, 11, or 9 and 10?
Because people saw Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8 wasn't that bad.
Oh, man, I hated it. Oh, I despised it. Throughout the whole entire thing, I just imagined the writers just like playing Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves over and over again. It just seemed it seemed pandering. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm a heist fanatic. Like it takes a lot for me to not like a heist film, and this hit everything that would make me want to hate it. It was like no one seemed like they were having fun. You know,
I listen. I have fun with it. My only problem is, why did they have to kill off Danny? That made no sense to me.
That's a question. Why? I mean, you can just reference the dude, and say, you know, he's fucking in Italy.
Yeah, the motherfucker has a wife and kids.
Right.
That's why Julia Roberts wasn't in 3. He's like, she's taking care of the wife and she's taking care of the kids.
Right. So like, okay, cool. So I mean, I have faith in Margot Robbie. She doesn't really pick trash. This new iteration of her, like now she's got heavy hitter status, you know, and like she's worried about brand now going forward. So I'll watch it because I'm a heist fan. I'll watch a heist movie. We'll see what it do.
All right, fair enough. It's funny that Jay Roach now has become a respectable filmmaker. I remember he was just like, you know, one of the go-to comedic directors.
I mean, you know, just like Adam McKay.
That's true. He's now like, you know, a prestige director.
Yeah, and like what the dude who did Joker.
Oh, Todd Phillips.
I mean, like who would have thought that the dude who did the Hangover trilogy would have been able to land that movie? So
true.
Yeah,
true.
There's a fine line between comedy and drama. So I'm not surprised anymore when comedic directors or even comedic actors take on something a little bit more serious and they actually stick the landing.
All right, fair enough. We're gonna get into now. John Watts is developing an Amblin-like Star Wars show because all this shit came out last week because they did a whole Star Wars profile. I was so busy, because I was watching stuff and doing other things. I didn't really get to read anything last week unless it was like a small little blurb.
Right.
So I'll get to it later this week because apparently there's a lot of details in the little, what's it called? Article they put out.
Okay.
So an Amblin-like Star Wars show from John Watts, like, yeah, because he just did Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Cop Car has 2 kids at the center of it. So, I mean, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Look, at this point, Star Wars. Am I right? I don't know. Like, I'm going to take it on a show-by-show basis. I'm going to stop getting excited about Star Wars properties until I actually see the property.
The only thing I'm excited to see is Obi-Wan, just because it's nice to see Hayden and Ian McGregor actually be like, yo, we got to act with things. Right. We got to interact with shit. We weren't standing in front of a green screen the entire time. I was like, oh, they actually enjoyed making this versus the prequels where it was literally like, George, what's our character motivation here? It's in the script, man. I'm like, sure, but what's my character thinking? He's like, oh, it's in the script. Okay. George, what do you want me to do? You know, it's nothing but a green screen here. Just swing it around.
This is a monster. Rawr.
It's like, is there a specific way you want me to swing the lightsaber, George? Whatever you feel.
George, quick question for you. Should I be offended by this space Jamaican or amused?
Let you figure it out.
How would you feel about a space Jamaican?
So yeah, Obi-Wan premieres this Friday. First 2 episodes I heard were solid, which is good to hear. It sounds like from what I've heard, it sounds like they gave Ewan McGregor material to actually chew on.
Okay, because he's an actual actor. Let's see.
Yeah, man. All right, moving on to that. The Wonder Twins movie has shut down. The new dude, now that Discovery has taken over WB and it's WB Discovery, the dude, David Zaslav, who's running the company, is just like, he heard what the budget was and he's just like, fuck out of here. He's like, get the fuck out of here. The budget for this was $75 million. This was going straight to HBO Max. And this motherfucker straight up said, are y'all out of y'all fucking minds? Wonder Twins, the people who turn into like giant rhinos and elephants. That's what we're spending $75 million on.
But Peacemaker though.
So he said the budget was too big and the property was too niche. So it got axed, and they were just about to start shooting next month. So that sucks. He had a meeting with everybody saying Warner Brothers will now put more movies into theaters because Warner Media, when they were under AT&T, they were all about HBO Max. They're like, fuck theaters, HBO Max, HBO Max, HBO Max. And now this new dude's like, nah, fuck that. We're still going to make money in theaters. Like, fuck that. We're still putting movies out. And he's like, if we're going to spend more than $60 million on a movie, it is not going to fucking HBO Max. He said HBO Max movies will now have a budget of $35 million or less. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's motherfucking smart.
Yeah. I like to imagine that he gave this meeting while chomping on a cigar and like talking like old school gangster. It's like Warner Brothers is in the movie business, see? So all our movies will be in the theaters, see?
I think he's the only person who understands that streaming eventually is going to collapse. It's starting to happen with Netflix, and it's going to happen to a lot of things just because the prices keep going up and there's so many more services that motherfuckers cannot afford this shit.
Right. At this point, you might as well just get fucking cable.
And on top of that, there's just so much fucking content that not everybody's going to be able to watch everything. So when shit collapses because you're spending fucking $100 million a project, yeah. So I get why he's just like, nah, we're going to keep making money in theaters, especially because the Batman just made like fucking $765 million.
And here's the thing, like no one really knows how streamers make money anyway.
Yeah.
So like why
we're going to get into it later with Netflix.
Right? So like I don't understand how you make money. So why are you going to throw all this money into something where no one understands the economy except for you? That seems like a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, yeah, because that's what David Zaslav was, the dude who pulled Batgirl from HBO Max. He's like, get the fuck out of here. You guys spent all this money on this character, and you're putting this on streaming? Batgirl? He's like, get the fuck out of here. And Supergirl apparently is following suit. Supergirl's going to theaters too, because he's just like, get the fuck out of here. Which, again, that I said this before, and I'll say it again. How the fuck are you going to have Supergirl in the Flash movie and then be like, okay, her movie will go to HBO Max? I'm like, what kind of fucking sense does that make?
Yeah, everyone's trying to play catch up with Netflix because Netflix, out the gate, for the last 10 years, they ruled streaming, right? The thing is, just like all of these startups, all of these, disruptors, there's no end goal. There's no end plan. So they're just kind of fucking winging it. And so it's going to come to a head. It's all going to collapse.
Because like I said, we're going to get into Netflix very soon because you niggas in trouble. Like Migos said, you niggas in trouble. All right, moving on. David Ayer has come out once again and said that his cut of Suicide Squad is shockingly different from the studio cut. And you know what I say to that? No fucking shit.
Right.
That first trailer that you put out, what was it, in Comic-Con a year before the movie came out? That trailer alone is fucking different from the end product that y'all put out in theaters.
Right. So like you're not surprising anyone saying that that your cut is going to be vastly different. No one's surprised that it's going to be surprisingly different. It will be surprising if we actually see it.
Right. Because I'll say this I said it once before and I'll say it again. I would have much rather seen the Ayer cut than the fucking Snyder cut.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Because at least the trailer, like the trailer for the Ayer cut, that first, because that's what I consider that first trailer for Suicide Squad. That was one of the best trailers I've seen for a superhero movie. I was like, oh shit, this looks fucking insane. Like y'all made a dark ass movie with super villains. Yeah. And then the studio, Kevin tested it and he's like, oh, we need to make theme park rides now. Do people go, we? No? That's fucking movie edited by a trailer company.
I would like you to check the Billboard Top 100, and that's going to be the score for this whole entire movie. There will be no silence. There will be music in every frame.
3 of the characters will be introduced twice.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel bad for David Ayer because we clown him all the time, but I can only imagine being in his position and sitting there seeing the movie for the first time and just like feeling like Vito Corleone in The Godfather, be like, look what they done! Look at my boy! Look what they done to my boy!
And that is the first time and the last time David Ayer will ever be, any of David Ayer's work will be compared to The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man. Nobody deserves that shit. Like, they didn't deserve that shit, dog.
Like, they did David Ayer dirty. And the thing is, we have audio recordings of how dirty they did him. Because, like, all the way up until the movie came out, he was like, yeah, man, this is going to be fucking different. This is hard edge. I made my movie. It's going to be dark. Fuck Marvel. This is going to reinvent everything. And then purple Lamborghini.
I mean, I don't even think that, like, that's like the least of that movie's problems. Like, that fucking video is better than the fucking movie.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, so let us see the Ayers cut.
Hey, here's my thing. Y'all motherfuckers spent $80 million on a movie only a small segment of the internet wanted. Why not? Everybody knows about Suicide Squad and what y'all did. Like, literally everybody.
Right.
Like, this shit was news before the fucking movie came out. So why not just do this? That's what HBO Max is for. Like, that's what streaming's fucking for. Just fucking do it. Give him his original cut and just be like, yeah, here it is. Enjoy. We're moving on. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
All right. Our next bit of news, Netflix has canceled a bunch of projects, including a new series from Ava DuVernay, in addition to layoffs from the company itself. Why? Because this is what happens when you dump $1 billion every year. Well, $10 billion every year for like the past decade or two into projects.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like I said, it's a Ponzi scheme. Eventually, the bill comes due. Like,
go ahead.
No, you can't spend this kind of fucking money without having a return.
Yeah.
What are the returns on Stranger fucking Things? Like, what's the metrics on that? Like,
we're gonna get into that next.
Like, how many plush toys you sell? Like, yeah, okay, merchandising, but like, you're not making Star Wars money off the merchandising.
Here's my other thing too. Y'all are canceling like TV shows and everything from not only people of color, but women and trans and homosexuals, and gay people. y'all hired all these people because of the whole Dave Chappelle shit.
Right.
So now, like 2 months, 3 months later, y'all are fucking firing, getting rid of these people because you're bleeding money. That's not good. That's not fucking good.
It's too expensive to be woke. Ugh. Let's be rich and problematic.
And that's why there ain't shit on Netflix. I just went through Netflix, like scrolling through, like, man, there ain't shit on here. I only found one thing that I'll watch for next show, and that's RRR because I want to watch that.
What, RRR? What?
Yeah, it's an Indian movie called RRR.
Okay, like honestly, their
Triple R. We'll just call it Triple R.
Their Indian selection looks more interesting than their original programming. Like I see some of the trailers for this shit, and I was like, if I felt like at this moment, if I felt like reading the subtitles, I would fuck with this movie hard. And I say that a lot when it comes to like, I love how the new movies now in my feed, most of them are foreign at this point. It's just like stuff Netflix has bought from other countries.
Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad when the fucking streaming service is like, oh yeah, all your foreign shit is better than your fucking homegrown shit, and you guys aren't even like a specialty service like that. Right. Y'all not Mumbi, y'all not Criterion. You're fucking Netflix.
You're just buying the shit to fill your ranks.
That is pathetic. Also, yeah, I've heard nothing but crazy things about Triple R. So next week you'll be getting a review from me on Triple R.
All right, yeah, let me hear about that shit.
Yeah, you know, I love a good fucking ridiculous Bollywood movie. Them shits get insane.
Yeah, man. Like I remember on Channel 13 every Saturday, I would watch a Bollywood movie. It's like, can they do this? Oh. Okay.
Have you ever seen Doom?
Yes.
Yeah, you see Doom 2?
I haven't seen Doom 2.
Oh, dog. All right. Absolutely watch Doom 2. Doom 2 is insane. I would tell you to watch Doom 3, but the main characters are literally like side pieces in that movie.
See, like, all right. See, we should do a whole entire Bollywood show.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I don't give a fuck. Them joints, sometimes those Bollywood movies are fucking better than the fucking Hollywood movies. I don't give a fuck.
They fucking hit harder sometimes.
They know what they give you action, they give you romance, and you get a fucking musical for no fucking reason. No fucking reason at all.
That's some old Hollywood shit. That is some old Hollywood shit.
Motherfucker just got his eyes shot out, and then they singing and dancing.
It was like this dude literally beat up an entire warehouse, and it's like,
yeah,
and start just fucking shimmying.
Hell yeah! All right. Staying on Netflix, this Friday, the first volume of Stranger Things season 4 is going to drop, and the episodes have been revealed for how long they are. And trust me when I say this, guys, this motherfucker is long, and long to the point where even I'm gonna break this up because I'm just like, this is too much for one fucking day. Episode 1 will be an hour and 16 minutes. Episode 2 will be an hour and 15 minutes. Episode 3 is the shortest, an hour and 3 minutes. Episode 4, hour and 17 minutes. Episode 5, hour and 14. Episode 6, an hour and 13. Episode 7 will be an hour and 38 minutes. And then in July, we'll get the last 2 episodes of the season, which are episode 8, hour and 25 minutes, and episode 9, 2.5 hours.
So Stranger Things this last season is going to be one of the longest running franchises in history.
It'll be 24-hour fucking season.
Right. Because like every fucking episode is a movie.
That's what I was saying. I was like, yo, most of the season is 70 fucking minutes an episode.
Yeah. So
that's movie length.
Yeah. So that's 9 episodes. That's 9 entries.
Well, 7. And then the other 2 will come out in July.
Right, but I'm just talking as a whole this last season, right? 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Each one movie length. That is a franchise in of itself, that's almost as many entries as Fast and the Furious.
Bro, I want to know, why not just make these episodes shorter and then just up the episode count? Like, you guys have another fucking 4 or 5 episodes in this fucking runtime. This is insane.
Because they're big dicking us.
Jeff.
They're big dicking us. It's like, we can do it because we're fucking Stranger Things, 80s.
The end of Game of Thrones, they were announced the episodes were going to be longer, and we're all like, yeah, fuck yeah, because there was so much to cover, so much to do. The world in Game of Thrones is so big. So like the longest the episode ever been was like an hour 17, hour 20.
Right.
It never got past the hour 20. I know that much. And think about it. That was a complex fucking story with a lot of moving parts, right? This show takes place in Hawkins, Indiana. Why the fuck is one episode 2.5 hours?
Look, honestly, this thing should have ended the end of season 2.
Yeah, season 2 was the perfect ending. And the only reason why I'm going to watch this is because I'm like, the end's coming. So I might as well just see the motherfucker through. Like, but goddamn.
Because I remember when Stranger Things first came in, I was in it deep. I was one of the biggest supporters of it, because I thought it was going to be a one-off.
Well, I watched it because I was just like, oh, I was on a whim. I was like, all right, this came out today. Let's see. And I just wanted to watch it because Winona Ryder. Because I mean, you know,
right. No, fucking girl interrupted me. I get you, baby.
Yeah. So I remember watching it all in one day and be like, damn, that shit was good. And then I remember right around the success of the first season, they're like, yeah, we're only going to do 4 seasons. Then they get to season 3. They're like, yeah, we're not going to go past season 5. So we don't know 4 or 5 seasons. And now they're saying it's already been renewed for season 5. They said season 5 is it. But
sure.
But goddamn, if season 5 won't be 2.5 hours every episode. Like, I would not be surprised if the last episode was fucking 3.5 hours.
Yeah, man. I've got nothing to say beyond, like, I'm not excited for this. I'm excited to see how bloated this thing is, because season 3 was bloated as fuck.
Yes. Season 3, nothing really happened,
right?
Other than Billy dying.
Right. So let's all right, let's see how ridiculous and dumb this small little show, this small little fucking horror show, is gonna get. You know, because like at that first season, it was fucking razor sharp.
And the episodes were only like 50 minutes to like 49. Maybe they were an hour, but I remember them being like 49, 50 minutes.
Right. It was smart. It was original for being a long form nostalgia piece. It was actually original, you know? And like and now it's falling apart under the weight of its own success, because now, like, something like you said, we were only going to do 4 seasons. They're like, well, we'll do 5 seasons, but the 5th season is going to be as long as other shows' 3 seasons.
There's no excuse. I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to hear a complaint saying like you can't watch a 3-hour movie, but then you're going to sit here and watch 15 hours of fucking content in one day. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't even know how you're even going to absorb all of this.
Yeah. Because I'll be real with you, Jeff. I'm thinking I might just watch the first 4 or 5 episodes Friday, because I mean that is more than enough. Because episode 7 deserves its own day. Episode 7 is an hour and a half, bro. Like, I'll be real with you. Once you get to the hour 10 point, bro, you guys release one of the episode a week. Like, this is now so bloated where I'm like, yo, release it weekly. Like, episode 1 and 2 this week. Next week, do episode 3 and 4. The week after that, do episode 5 and 6. And then once you get to episode 7, those episodes get released by themselves, because those shits are so long. 7's an hour and a half, 8 an hour 25, and 9 2.5. Like, yeah, those are You watch that one a week.
Right. You like I'll tell you this right now. Like if I binged this all in one sitting, I would not even remember what the first episode of that season was.
Oh no. Like motherfuckers are not going to remember any detail of this.
Right. And that's the double-edged sword of streaming, man, of like binge watching. But like something like this that's so fucking dense.
Well, that's why I think I love every other streamer, because every other streamer has now been rolling their shows out like
Two
episode a week or 2 a week. Like Tokyo Vice was 2 a week, but every streamer now, even Paramount Plus, they're like, all right, you get an episode a week. And you know what? I kind of prefer it that way. I don't have to binge the whole shit. I could go in, watch this one episode, let it marinate. We all get to talk about it collectively as a group.
Right.
Like you're not ahead of me, I'm not ahead of you, and then
Yeah, like it's like I said, this is the Ponzi scheme is going to fall apart because now there's a backlash on this whole entire binge watching thing. Because like, if you spend your whole entire weekend watching Stranger Things, you don't have a weekend.
Oh yeah, this is your whole weekend.
Right, you're working for Netflix at that point.
I mean, that's the sad thing is like, yo, I'm doing shit on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like I have a whole Saturday plan, which includes our main review for next week. So that's cool. But now my Friday and my Sunday are dedicated to fucking Stranger Things because I'm like, geez, this is fucking long, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be burnt out by Friday, and I'm still gonna have another 2 episodes to watch on Sunday.
Yeah.
For next week's show.
So if you don't, if the first 2 episodes don't come out fucking like not even come out swinging with gasoline soaked gloves that are lit on fire that have shards of glass in them, if they don't hit that hard, I'm gonna be like, yeah, whatever.
The only episode I'm looking forward to watching is episode 3 because that is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Jeff, you know what the budget is for every episode this season?
What, 15? 15 mil? Higher?
Higher, nigga.
Per episode.
Per episode. I'm not talking the season. Per episode.
What 18? Higher?
I'll just say it.
Say it.
30.
$30 million a fucking episode.
That is more than Game of Thrones ever got. That's more than the Game of Thrones spinoff they're doing right now. The Game of Thrones spinoff they're doing right now is only 20 million an episode. This motherfucker is 30 million an episode.
$30 million a fucking episode.
And think about it, Netflix is trying to stop the bleeding right now because they're bleeding money, and it's finally caught up to them, and they're bleeding money.
Right.
And then you hear the budget of this.
And then like, all right, so if you're going to do a season 5, the price ain't going down.
Oh no. Because everybody's gonna want to get paid.
Right? So now season 5, we're probably talking about fucking $50 million an episode. Do you know what you like us personally, creatively, what we could do, the budget of one episode of Stranger Things, we could make pretty much anything we wanted.
I could have made I could shoot an action movie in IMAX for that money.
Michael Bay made Ambulance for $40 million. Michael Bay.
This motherfucker cost $30 million an episode, and Netflix is bleeding money, bro. How the fuck does a fucking show about 4 kids in the middle of fuck all nowhere fighting giant monsters cost $30 million an episode?
They're not even kids anymore. They're fucking young adults.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because fucking Millie Bobby Brown just turned 18 and had to put to her social media, "Please stop sexualizing me. I can say this now that I'm 18. Please stop sexualizing me."
I mean, I don't know what stopped her from saying it before. I mean, it's even creepier before.
I mean, to me, she's still a kid. You know what I mean? But like that, yeah,
look, yeah. If you were sexualizing her before she turned 18, then you need to be on the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the pedo list. Yeah.
Like You could say she's an attractive young woman or young girl, and she will be a beautiful woman. You could say that, but anything beyond that, that's fucking. The Academy might have to have a conversation about whether to keep you on or not.
They may give you an award. I mean, they gave Roman Polanski an award.
Now, how old was that girl? 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, stop touching kids. I shouldn't have to say this. Stop sexualizing children. I shouldn't have to say this.
Fucking 30 million an episode.
Dude.
And 2.5 hour episode.
$30 million for one fucking episode.
Bro, fucking Denis couldn't even put out a 3-hour Dune movie, and these motherfuckers get to put out a 2.5 hour episode of TV.
The world is strange. But like, here's the thing. How are you recouping that money? Like, how do you turn a profit when you're spending $30 million per episode?
I don't know. I've only seen the Blu-rays at Target and being sold as Target exclusives.
Merchandising is only going to take you so far, especially if you're spending $30 million an episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's get into some more Netflix news about dumb shit they've done. Netflix is going to give Knives Out 2 an exclusive 40-day theatrical release because they are cutting projects and employees and are still bleeding money. So they have to recoup their money now. And they're just like, they are literally making deals right now with Regal and AMC to give them an exclusive theatrical window of Knives Out 2 before it hits Netflix. And I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers spent too much money on these 2 sequels. Y'all paid Rian Johnson $450 million to make these sequels.
I'm sorry, what?
$450 million.
For the Knives Out sequels.
Like Kathleen Kennedy, she was asked, is Ryan's trilogy dead? She's like, no, it's not dead. He's busy making Knives Out. As soon as he's done, he's coming back. And I'm like, y'all gave him $450 million to make murder mysteries.
Right. So
2. Not even like 3 or 4. 2.
I don't understand. I don't understand how we would cost that much money.
Like, I know fucking Daniel Craig got 20 or 30 of that up front.
I mean, like, look, I can't fucking get your money.
Right. But
also, like,
how do you justify paying that much money? Like, Knives Out was a hit and it made like triple its budget in theaters. But at the same time,
what was its budget?
Its budget was like 60.
Right. You know, so like at least like it was a success because you spent the money wisely.
It's a murder mystery. It shouldn't even have cost that much. It should have really cost like 40, 30.
I don't know how you make a $200 million murder mystery. 2 of them. I don't know how you spend that money. I'm not being an asshole. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. And you know what? Good on Ryan if he gets to pocket most of it. Because I mean, they were dumb enough to fucking buy it. I mean, I feel bad for Lionsgate because Lionsgate don't have shit outside of John Wick and Hunger Games and Twilight, and that shit's only going to carry you so far as a studio. Like Jeff, they have no releases this summer.
I'm sorry, what?
Lionsgate has 0 releases this summer.
I guess not, because we're not seeing a new fucking John Wick until when?
March next year.
Yeah, so they put all their eggs in that basket.
Yeah, and the Hunger Games, they're gonna do the prequel, and then they still got one last Twilight book they could do. But like as a company, like I get why Ryan went with Netflix, because if you're going to Lionsgate and say like, yo, I want to make the Knives Out sequel, and then fucking Netflix comes in and is like, well, how about $450 million to do it with us? I'd be like, yeah, sorry guys, y'all losing a franchise too.
And honestly, I think Lionsgate is making a smart move not putting anything out, because they just bought that property in Newark where they're going to develop it into a studio space. So like they're really, They
need
they're trying to pivot hard, man. They're pivoted hard.
They need to come up with some franchises. I don't say this about studios, but like, yo, that's a studio that needs like a couple of hit franchises because they're gonna die. They're gonna fucking die.
Lionsgate, I got a couple of franchises for you. I'm sure Brandon's got like three or four for you. Holler at us.
All right. And that's it, man. So Jeff, what have you watched lately?
What you watching? What you watching? I said what you watching? What you watching?
What are you watching?
So I don't know if I should start with the good or the bad. Let's start with the bad. Did you know that Machine Gun Kelly put out a movie?
I did.
I tried watching this movie, and it is as bad or even worse than you would think it is. It is called Good Morning. It's written and directed by Machine Gun Kelly and some dude that I had just discovered existed, Mod Sun.
Who the fuck is that?
Some musician, I guess, and also a friend of Machine Gun Kelly who's going out with Avril Lavigne. That's all I know.
Cool.
So this is the worst type of vanity project because it's not even funny. Like, I didn't laugh once, and it's got some talented people or person involved. I wouldn't say people. This is more of an excuse for Machine Gun Kelly to just hang out with his fucking friends and parody other better movies. All right. And when I say, so the name of the movie is Good Morning, morning spelled as in like you're mourning someone. He plays a superstar actor who gets a text from his girlfriend saying good morning, as in, you know, mourning someone's death. And he goes into a spiral, and his whole entire day is spent waxing poetic on that with him and his stoner friends. And that's pretty much the conceit of it. Trippie Redd shows up every once in a while to throw water. Nigga, I don't know. He just shows up and throws water balloons at people in slow motion.
Okay. All right.
Megan Fox is in it, and
of course
she's the best actress in the whole entire thing. So that tells you what we're working with. And this is a prime example of how a good director can really affect an actor's performance. All right, because Gaeta from Dave is in this, right? And if you watch Dave and you watch Gaeta's work in Dave, the show, he's actually amazing. There's pathos. He has arcs. He shows real emotion, right? None of that's visible here. He just seems like a dude who's hanging out with Machine Gun Kelly.
All right.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say, man.
Yeah, like Pete. I had to look up some of these motherfuckers. Becky G. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh, she was in Power Rangers.
Okay, well, she was
Trini.
Cool. She's in it. Like I said, Trippie Redd is in this. Mod Sun, who I guess is also a performer. It was an excuse for them to spend money and hang out and make unfunny jokes.
All right.
So
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, like, I can't knock your hustle.
Yeah.
But also, you're all if you're putting out shit like this, you're always going to be Machine Gun Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he doesn't strike me as someone who's smart in the first place.
Right. So, look, and it's not even good for a stoner comedy. I read a review that said this is this generation's Dazed and Confused, and I actually wanted to find that person, buy a plane ticket to that person's hometown, walk up to their doorstep and just take a shit right on their doorstep for making that comparison. Because that's how bad this movie is.
I got nothing to say, nigga. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Now available on Amazon for your viewing pleasure. Then I watched a movie. We're still in bad territory, called Vendetta. It's one of the last movies that Bruce Willis has been in since the retirement. So it's going to be like you're going to get a crop of like 3 or 4 of these movies that are going to come out this year, like the last Bruce Willis performances before his retirement. And I mean, I want to make a personal apology to Bruce Willis because I've shit on him in like his CV over the last couple of years. But now knowing what's going on and knowing why he's doing it and actually looking at his performances, and I can see how his disease is affecting him. So I do want to apologize to him for that, whether or not he's listening. Beyond that, Vendetta is a piece of shit movie. It is directed by Jared Cohen, who he comes from the asylum background. You know what I'm talking about? He's pretty much he just makes American Turkish remakes of better movies. You know,
okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
So in Vendetta is pretty much just a worse version of Death Wish, or the Death Wish remake. What was the Kevin Bacon Death Wish movie?
Oh, the one that James Wan directed.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember.
Yeah.
That movie sucked, though.
Yeah, but he's made a worse version of all of those movies in Vendetta.
Oh, Death Sentence. Death Sentence,
right. Okay, yeah. So if you've seen any of those movies, you know what this is. It's got Mike Tyson in it for some reason. It's got Thomas Jane who shifts from a New York accent to a black accent for some fucking reason. It's missed opportunities left and right. There's literally people walking down the streets to do assassinations, broad daylight, and I guess in the middle of a town that is in middle America, where motherfuckers walking down the street with guns, is not an everyday occurrence, and they're just acting all hokey, like everything's like hunky dory. No one's surprised that they're about to have a daytime execution in the middle of his fucking coffee shop, right? So the casting's bad, the location's bad. Theo Rossi once again is wasted.
Juice.
Yep. Theo Rossi wasted. Thomas Jane wasted. Even fucking Mike Tyson is wasted in this. And I will leave you with this bit of tidbit. So the main character, when he goes through all his fucking prepping to kill, get his vendetta on, he practices in the mirror the line "open or closed" in reference to whether you want an open or closed casket, right? So he's like, you see him saying this all the way up until he's ready to go on his massacre, right? And I'm thinking, what motherfucker is going to answer closed? Like, it's just dumb writing like that. Like, who are you going to come up to, right? And it's like, open or closed. And I was like, yes, please murder me in the most horrific fashion so my family can't see me in the in the coffin. Please do that for me. Could you make it as gruesome as possible? Because I want to scare and traumatize all of my family. Thank you very much, Mr. Vendetta dude. Fucking piece of shit. But look, Jared Cohen makes movies, man. I think he's out 15 movies coming out. He's got the next year. He's got fucking knockoffs of Fast and the Furious, knockoffs of fucking Suicide Squad. So I guess get your money, boo. Get your money. Going from that, I ran across a movie called Drunk Bus, and it's in one of my favorite genres, sad white boy. Genre.
So like King of Staten Island.
Yeah. Sad white boy. I love a good sad white boy movie. So this is about a photographer who just graduated college. Girlfriend dumps him, and instead of him moving on with his life, he decides to drive the campus drunk bus for the college that he still hasn't left. Yep. He gets beat up one day, and they hire this big ass Samoan named Pineapple to protect him on the bus. And him and Pineapple form a friendship, and there's life lessons learned, and yada 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 yada. And for this type of movie, it was fun. It was a fun, funny little film. It's not changing the game at all, but if you want a nice, heartfelt, sort of light movie about loss, redemption, and friendship, Drunk Bus.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna just skip a lot of the stuff. We'll get to it next week. That last episode, Atlanta, did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Tare.
Tare, and like
if you don't know who Tare is, Google him, and then you'll see how it fits into the episode.
Yeah. So Atlanta is consistently one of the best shows on TV. Now all 9 episodes are available.
10.
All 10 episodes are available. Watch that shit.
The post-credit scene was amazing. I was like, oh, they tied it back in, because I was wondering if they were going to tie in that they had the same name.
I didn't even watch the post-credits.
All right, well.
All right, well, I got something to do.
Yeah. All right.
After that, I just want to get a shout out to The Wolf of Snow Hollow. It's by Jim Cummings, the guy who did Thunder Road. And if you haven't seen Thunder Road, you should. It is peak sad white boy movie, but it's like sad white man movie. The Wolf of Snow Hollow is a quirky wolf movie about a alcoholic police chief in the middle of a nervous breakdown who also has to contend with a werewolf attacking his citizens. It's slyly funny. The acting's on point. It reminded me of a much more subdued version of Werewolves Within, and I fucking really enjoyed that movie. So if you have a chance on Amazon, check out the Wolf of Snow Hollow. But more importantly, if you get a chance, check out Thunder Road, which is also about a alcoholic, depressed cop who's going through a divorce and also the death of his mother.
Jesus.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think it's hilarious, but it's fucking absolutely fucking knee slapping.
All right,
and that's it.
Well, I want to real quick give a shout out to a few TV shows. One is Under the Banner of Heaven, episode 5. God damn, does this show keep getting more and more fucked by every episode? I'm just like, yo, y'all Mormons are scumbags, bro. Like, these niggas want sister wives because it was the old way of the Mormons, and then I was just like, the one dude tries to make his daughter a sister wife, and I'm just like, yo, and they like the mom walks in on them as he's like fucking trying to teach her shit, and I'm just like, yo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, this show is fucking nuts. I cannot wait to see how this show is going to wrap up. I think it has like 2 or 3 more episodes. But yeah, Under the Banner of Heaven. Shout out to Andrew Garfield. I know you taking a break, homie, but don't leave acting forever. Also want to give a shout out to Law and Order. The Law and Order wrap for the season. Y'all came back. What?
Law and Order Prime or one of the offshoots?
All three.
Okay.
Shout out to Law and Order, y'all fucking came back hard. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait to see where we're gonna take these detectives and the stories next season. Like, y'all came back and made it relevant, and y'all understood that nobody likes cops anymore, and y'all really leaned into that shit.
Okay.
Also want to give out a shout out to Law and Order Organized Crime. Stabler, you lost your fucking mind this season, but goddamn did you redeem yourself in a story arc that was insane. Like, I did not think Dennis Leary had it in him to play such a scumbag of a villain. Ooh, boy.
Oh, I love me some Dennis Leary. All right.
Yeah. Just don't bring back Dylan McDermott. Like, please don't bring him back. This season had 3 story arcs, and all of them were hitters. Like, yeah. Oh man, I love Law and Order Organized Crime. Woo!
This is his 4th season, right, or 3rd season?
It just ended season 2, so 3 is coming.
Oh, so this is only the 2nd season.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Law and Order, I might have to buy Peacock because they're saying they're not gonna put their shows on Hulu anymore. I'm like, damn, now I gotta buy the cock.
Peacock.
Cack.
I don't want to pay for the cock. This is what I'm talking about at the top of the episode, man.
I want the free cack.
Peacock.
Yeah, man, it's like too many streaming services. Like, goddamn, I gotta pay for everything now. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to watch SNL now. So yeah, Law and Order, regular Law and Order Organized Crime. Yo, y'all did it. Like, if y'all were here right now, I would give you hard daps and just be like, my nigga.
What about SVU? How's that?
I only watched the crossover episodes for SVU, and even watching the crossover, I'm just like, yeah, see, this is why I don't fuck with this show, bro. All this fucking pedophilia and rape is just like, god damn, I can't fuck with this show.
I used to love SVU, but then after a while, you get kind of burnt out, and you start walking around the street thinking everybody's a rapist. Like,
a lot of that shit's triggering too. Like, yo, if you're a fucking victim, like, you're gonna be fucking triggered by a lot of that shit. Like, I just don't want to watch it, man.
I hear you.
There's some shit you live through that you don't want to go through again.
I feel you.
All right, and the last TV show I'm going to give a shout out to is going to be Only Murders in the Building. It's a very entertaining first season.
Okay, all right. Because I saw the first season. I really dug it. I'm looking forward to what they do in the second season.
Yeah, it looks like they get off the hook pretty quick too, because it's all about them solving another murder. So
right.
I think the cliffhanger was kind of a cop out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it's a murder mystery, so you have to have a cliffhanger.
So going into my films, I rewatched Mulholland Drive because I had the Criterion 4K Blu-ray and it was just sitting there, and somebody else was in the house. So I was like, all right, somebody else is in the house. It is high time for me to watch this. And yeah, man, I love that movie more and more that I watch it. It's just I like to watch it alone because there's a lot of shit in that movie where I'm like, this is either too weird or just too risque for other people. And but I also don't want to watch it when I'm in the house alone.
I hear you. I get you.
If you have a 4K setup, I highly recommend it. Like the sound, even if you have a sound bar or a home theater system, the rumbling that's put throughout the movie fucking hits. The transfer is amazing. So like, yeah, Mulholland Drive, add it to your 4K collection if you have not already. Criterion is doing a 30% off this month. It's still going on. Buy it. So, Jeff, next time you have insomnia, though, watch this and Lost Highway.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
No. These are not movies you watch to go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
These are movies you watch to stay up forever.
Oh, watch them, man. All right, so moving into my next watch, I watched We Own the Night. James, because I'm trying to catch up on James Gray, because I loved Lost City of Z and I love Ad Astra, so I'm catching up on his own old shit. And this was just a standard cop drama. I was like, there's nothing.
That's the one with Mark Wahlberg and who?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It was all right. It's like very clearly like he's a great director. He has a great eye. His shots are like so well composed and like every part of the frame just filled out. Like you could tell he's meticulous.
Right.
I think his movie, I don't know, the script just wasn't good, man. Like I'm going to go back and watch his other movies just because, like I said, Ad Astra and Lost City of Z are masterpieces in my book. So I don't know. Everything worked here except for the script. Like the script was just a standard cop shit.
Like it showed up in my my HBO Max feed. It was like, oh, movies you should like because you like Broken City. I was like, I didn't like Broken City. I watched Broken City, but it seemed like it looked like a standard fucking cops and robbers type shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I'm gonna Two Lovers is on HBO Max. I'm gonna give it a watch later tonight, and I'm trying to track down The Immigrant and The Yards. Because his new movie's coming out this year. Just premiered at Cannes, and it got good reviews at Cannes. It's called Armageddon Time. It's a family drama.
Okay.
Which means, boy, they're gonna have some problems if you're a family movie with the name Armageddon Time. All right, rewatch The Rock, and it's good. I got nothing to say.
It's The Rock, baby.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I ain't head over and heels in love with it, but it's entertaining. It is Michael Bay's best directed movie. Like that's all I can say.
Better than Ambo, you would think?
Yeah, because Ambulance, bro.
Right.
Ambulance makes you dizzy.
Beyond the camera work, though, like
as far as I said, it's his best directed. His best movie still Ambulance because, like I said, better script.
Right.
But as far as directing goes, like this dude actually holds shots in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Before
you see what's going on.
It's before he became Michael Bay.
Yeah. Has that fucking 90s Hans Zimmer score. God damn. Saw Men again, and I love it more the second time. And definitely, I now think I understand what's going on. Like, I think that's literally the Green Man. Like, the Green Man is manifesting her guilt.
Okay.
And if you don't know who the Green Man is, Google it. Google it, go see it, Google it, and then, hit us up on our social, and we'll talk about it later.
All right. I've got to rewatch it.
Because I went to the theater to see this again because I had some business, some personal business, some life-changing personal business. And then I decided to do two movies. So Men and then Closer. And Closer is Mike Nichols's movie, one of his final movies. It's based off a play. And you could tell I didn't know it was based off a play till after I watched the movie. And the way they were talking, I was like, this is a play. Because the way these people were talking were so stylized. This is a mean-ass movie. Like, it's really good. And Mike Nichols is directing his ass off. Like, there's shots in this where I'm just like, yo, this nigga is putting his foot into it. But, like, it's a play.
Right. This is what, Paltrow and...
No, Closer is Jude Law, Clive Owen, Julia Roberts, and Natalie Portman.
Gotcha.
It is a mean-ass movie. You'd love it. Especially Clive Owen's character. You'd love his character.
All right. Well, I've been it's been on the list for years. Everyone keeps on talking about it. It's just one of those things.
I'm telling you, Mike Nichols, the way he's moving the camera, I'm like, bro, you're doing too much for a fucking play, dog.
Well, I mean, sometimes you have to do that to warrant the existence of the screen adaptation. Sometimes you got to put your foot in it visually.
I also like how the movie goes where it'll cut to the next scene and you don't realize it's like maybe a few months or a few years later till you're well into the scene.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll move up the list.
Watched a new release that came straight to Hulu over the weekend. I started laughing once I saw it said the Hulu original thing, and then the studio this originally came owned by before they jumped it to Hulu, their logo started up, and I started laughing. I was like, God damn, y'all are in bad shape. I just started laughing my ass off. Lionsgate.
Okay.
This movie's called The Valet. Stars Samara Weaving and I can't remember this dude's name. He's a Hispanic dude who's been in a lot of shit. He's big in Mexico right now.
Yeah, it showed up in my Hulu feed, and I was like, maybe eventually.
Eugenio Derbez.
Okay. So
this is exactly worse. This was exactly what I thought it'd be, and worse. Like, this is a bad movie. Like, it hits every cliche that it could possibly get. It hits all the Mexican stereotypes, and I saw people giving it good reviews because they're like, it's acknowledging misogyny and problems that Mexicans face. I'm like, yeah, nigga, in the most fucking basic way possible. Like, y'all are stretching right now, like stretching your arms like fucking Mr. Fantastic trying to reach the Invisible Woman. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's sort of like when the band says the name of the town. Right? And everyone gets fucking excited. It's like, it's like, all right, Cleveland, you're the best city we've ever been to. And everyone's like, oh, he said Cleveland. He said, they go wild. Is that how Mexicans and women feel with this movie?
Bro, I read some reviews because I hated this. And I remember just going on Letterboxd. I was like, 1 star. And then I was going through all these Letterboxd reviews, and all these noted critics who use Letterboxd posted their reviews. And I was just like, how the fuck are y'all supported by big websites, Rotten Tomatoes certified, and we getting scraps? We ain't getting shit. Like, this shit, you could understand why Lionsgate was like, yeah, who wants this? Who wants this? Well, give us $2 million, it's yours. Because if they put this shit out in theaters, it'd have been over.
You're actually making me really want to see it, though. I want to see how bad this thing
is.
It's
a waste of time. It's 2 hours. It's a comedy that's 2 hours and 6 minutes. No comedy should be that long.
Maybe 1 hour and 45, maybe.
For something this formulaic and this stereotypes and shit you've seen done better, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
The Valet, a piece of shit. And then yesterday, I watched Akira Kurosawa's Ran for the first time. It was a 4K Blu-ray I bought because it was only $10.
Okay.
God damn, this movie is pretty. It's his take on King Lear. I wasn't familiar with King Lear. I had no idea what King Lear was about. And like, yo, this story is fucked. I was just like, God damn, pride and hubris are a bitch, baby.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about I love about Kurosawa, because he's not afraid to tackle Shakespeare, you know, especially being from, you know, Japan, and like always setting the shit in feudal Japan. Like Throne of Blood will always be one of my favorite versions of Macbeth.
Yo, listen, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I mean, High and Low to me is one of the best movies ever made. Stray Dog, one of the best movies ever made. Yojimbo, like I'm trying to catch up on shit I haven't seen by him. So like,
right,
this was a blind buy, and I'm glad I bought it. Like, this is one of the, like, this and Kagemusha go hand in hand, because the way he uses color and just the way these shits are shot, I'm just like, yo, he got better as he went on. And I'm just like, how is it that you already start at the height of your power and then you get better? Like, at this point in his career, he was like in his late 70s, early 80s, and just still like murdering.
I mean, you could say the same about Scorsese, man. Scorsese, he's a better filmmaker now than he was, yeah, when he came on the scene. Like, I watched Mean Streets a couple of months back, and I was like,
watch Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore?
No, that's on the list.
Yeah,
like I was like going through his back catalog, and I hate Mean Streets.
Oh yeah, right. Same with Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I was like, yeah, I don't like this.
You know, so like some, you know, and people are always like, oh, Mean Streets. It's like, were we watching the same movie?
Let me give you a bit of trivia. I took my brother to a screening of Silence. It was the very first screening of Silence ever.
Right.
Once the movie was done, because I remember watching Silence and remember seeing that opening shot. And I was just like, bro, this seems like it's straight out of a Akira Kurosawa movie. Me and my brother went up to Scorsese before he ran out the room, where I was like, yo, That opening was straight from a Kurosawa movie, and this nigga got starstruck. He's like, the master. And I was like, damn.
Well,
he loves the same shit I love.
Yeah, I mean, his love for Kurosawa is well documented. I mean, that's why he was even in, that's why he was in Dreams.
Dreams, yeah. He played Claude Monet, didn't he?
I thought he was Van Gogh.
All right, so he played a painter. So
right. But yeah,
I've only seen parts of Dreams. I've never seen all of Dreams.
I don't think anyone's actually seen all of Dreams.
Yeah, but my mission now is to catch up on every Kurosawa I've missed. So that's my goal.
Okay.
Because like I said, all the movies that are well known and loved, I've seen like 4 or 5 times. Just because he's like Kubrick, where it just pulls you in. Like first frame, it just pulls you in. And yesterday, decided to finally, because it's on HBO Max, finally decided to give Network a watch for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think?
This shit is more relevant today than when it was made. This is basically Fox News, the movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is how you do a satire, because this shit actually had jokes in it where it was actually funny.
We're talking about You Don't Look Up.
And guess what? It was only an hour and 40 minutes. It wasn't 2.5 fucking hours.
Because the when did we start really getting into these 2-hour plus movies? Because it wasn't they were big in the 60s and 50s, because that's when a lot of epics came out. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Epic movies were the ones that were 3-4 hours, and those had intermissions.
Right, but the 70s through I would say the early 2000s, if it was over an hour 45, it was a hard sell.
Yeah, well, I mean, Network, man, there's nothing more I can say. It's a good ass movie. Do I think it's overhyped? Maybe a little, but it's just because so much of it has come to pass. We live this shit every day now.
Yeah, that's the thing about satire. When it eventually becomes true, the shine wears off. Wag the Dog is another example.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, Wag the Dog. It was hilarious when I first saw it, and then now we're at the the 50. We're at the 20th year of the Forever War. It's not as funny anymore.
I gotta watch Primary Colors too. That's another satire.
Yep. I haven't watched Primary Colors in forever.
Yeah. See. All right. Well, let's move into trailer talk.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
All right, Jeff. Let's start with the one that's not on the list here. Let's start with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
So Tom Cruise decided that he was just going to put his whole entire fucking foot in this. And if this is going to be the last time we're going to see Ethan Hunt, he is fucking going out big, dick swinging.
Goddamn Kit Rich. Kit Rich hasn't changed, not a fucking thing.
Yo, they brought back, it's full circle. They brought back Kit Rich.
I was like, fucking Kit Rich. I was like, nigga, after all that shit in the first movie, you still a piece of shit.
Right. You haven't learned that just let Ethan Hunt do Ethan Hunt.
Listen, there's shit in this trailer where I was just like, yo, he might have topped Fallout. Because my favorite is Fallout.
Right.
Just because Fallout took all the action you love from 4 and 5 and then put the espionage of 1 back in. And that's why I love Fallout. Fallout is you clearly could tell Christopher McQuarrie loves the first movie out of all of them. Was just like, all right, let's try to do the first one again with just action.
Yeah, no.
And this one, it looks like they're like, yo, fuck that. Let's do that shit again, except 10 up the ante by 10, because this shit looks insane.
So now you understand when Tom Cruise had that breakdown, and he during the beginning of COVID, and he was that recording of him yelling on set and shit like.
Oh yeah, he's like, we're trying to make movies, and You're sabotaging the movie. Yeah, I get it.
Like, I get it.
Like, this dude did like, they show the base jump stunt in this trailer, and seeing it in full in the trailer, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going to necessitate this base jump in this fucking movie?
Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yo, I was just like, that's nuts. Yo, I now understand why they're like, yeah, 8's it. Just because, like, the next thing you would literally have to kill Tom Cruise.
Like, literally, the only thing that was going to top this is just him playing Russian roulette on top of the space shuttle as it goes to Mars. That's like, what else you got? That's the only thing.
Yeah, man. And he's getting old, man. Like, this trailer, like Top Gun, he looks fine, but like there's parts of this trailer where they have close-ups of him. I'm just like, yeah, my man, you looking old.
Well, I mean,
like
he's
65, man. Like, there's only so many times you could jump off a roof, my guy.
It's like he's 65, but he still looks better than me at 42. So what can I say? Like, but like, yeah, his the warranty is about to be up on him.
Oh yeah,
fucking.
And I think it's about time we kind of passed it off to, a new team.
Yeah.
Let Ethan and Luther go off in the sunset, because I think Ving Rhames is just tired.
Yeah, he looked tired. He looked tired in all of them, but he looks just goddamn just sleepy.
Yeah, it's just spent. Like my man's. Remember the last one where Benji and Tom Cruise, they ran and then they stopped. They figured they got away, and then like a minute later he runs in the frame.
Yeah. Like Ving knows is like, look, this running shame for me. That's why I'm the guy in the van. I'm the guy in the chair.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, he's Ethan's best friend too. So I mean, once Ethan's gone,
right? Well,
he's gone.
Right. Like every time Luther wants to retire or just like get away, Ethan's like, all right, man, I need you. All right.
Right.
So he would have been retired if it wasn't for Ethan.
I mean, I could see if they don't want to pick a new team and have it transition. Rebecca Ferguson's right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She right there. Like she could be like, yeah, listen, before I retire, I'm gonna do this one mission and then I'm gonna go, retire with Ethan. And there you go.
Yeah. So there we go.
Because I'm glad for a while there was supposed to be Jeremy Renner taking over this series, and I'm glad that didn't happen just because, bro, I'm tired of him.
I'm waiting for a good fit for Jeremy Renner. Like, because I don't dislike him as an actor. I just want him to find a Jeremy Renner part.
Yo, because I'm Hawkeye, I was lukewarm on. What else was he in? There was another franchise. It was The Bourne. His Bourne movie sucked. I was just like, oh, we're doing this.
Wasn't it literally called The Bourne Reboot?
The Bourne Legacy.
The Bourne Legacy.
Where they completely undid the third movie just to do that. And then I remember Matt Damon got mad. He's like, yeah, nah, we're doing another one because nobody's taking over my franchise. I just remember that third one, he was powered by pills. So he'd always be like, cams! I need my cams! Where are the cams?
Oh, shit. All right. I got to go back and watch that.
No, you don't. All right. Let's move into the terminal list. I didn't realize this was a TV show. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, because we were talking about it last week, and you said, and so this is Antoine Fuqua's directing the whole entire thing, or is he a showrunner?
It's split. So half of it is Antoine, the other half is Ellen Kuras.
Look, it looks like
it looks okay.
It looks like it could be interesting.
Okay.
I love that military action sort of like fucking gotta clear my name type bullshit movie or even TV show. Chris Pratt, okay, let's see.
I'm surprised Chris Pratt and Antoine are doing a show. You'd think they'd want to just make movies. Like, I'm surprised they're doing a show, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's actually kind of promising because, like we've said before, TV's for storytellers. So maybe they actually have a story to tell.
We'll see. It's July 6th, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's get into Spiderhead. This actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's Joseph Kosinski, so it could go either way at this point.
Right. I mean, the faith that has been built up because of Maverick is fantastic, but then you look at his previous sort of sci-fi
output,
and then it's like it's scattershot at best. You know, like it'll look good.
Oh yeah,
it'll look good. Whether it will be good, that's a different story.
And it looks like everybody's having a good time. Like I haven't seen Chris Hemsworth this committed in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like, what can I say? It's it. I'll watch it. I'm intrigued, but I'm not like over the moon for it. I'm not super excited for it.
I mean, let's keep this all in mind.
This is Netflix.
It's Netflix. Yeah, it's Netflix, baby.
You know, so like, all right, I'm watching. Let's see.
Oh man, Prey.
The extended treat. Like, I'm kind of excited.
It's crazy to me that a Predator movie is going straight to Hulu. Like, y'all could have put this out in like August, September.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for this because, like, we were talking about this months ago. I was like, oh, Prey. But, like, now that I see it, now that I see, like, this teaser, it's like, all right.
See, I wasn't shitting on it just because I was like, all right, let me give it a chance. If anything, it'll be better than Predators because I don't like Predators at all. Like, my favorite Predator movie still 2.
2? Really?
Yeah, I love Predator 2.
All right. Okay.
Predator 2.
It's the fucking Busey. That's what it is.
Yo, listen, Predator 2, you got Bill Paxton saying all types of shit. Danny Glover fighting a fucking predator. Like, it's in Los Angeles going buck wild. Like, that was big 90s energy where they're like, yo, we need a sequel. What are we gonna do? Let's put him in the next jungle, a city, and just have him lose his mind.
Yeah, all right.
And he fought Danny Glover. Danny Glover won.
I don't hate to. Honestly, yeah, I kind of like Requiem, even though it's bad.
Wait, the Alien versus Predator 2?
Yeah, because it's so bad.
Yo, the first one's a piece of shit, and it makes the first one look like a masterpiece.
No, man,
bro, that one
because it's so bad.
Dog, are you serious?
I like, you know me, man. I love a bad fucking movie. You know, like after 2, they stopped taking this shit seriously.
Oh yeah. But 2 was just good enough. Like it balanced that tone between dumb and action pretty well.
Right, and like Predators, the best part about that was two best parts. Walton Goggins, because Goggins always makes everything better. Mahershala, but also
the samurai dude,
the samurai nigga, but also the part in the trailer that they fucking cut out. That's the best part of the movie.
Oh, what was that?
You remember, like, when they had the end of the trailer where it's just Adrian Brody in the dark, right, holding a gun, and like one laser beam hits him, right, and he's getting ready. It's like, I'm about to take this dude on, and then he gets hit with 15 more of the Predator laser beams.
Oh, see, I don't even remember that.
Oh, yeah, man. And like Rodriguez said, he shot that specifically for the trailer. That was never going to be in the movie. And I was like, that's the best part of the fucking, that would have been the best part of this fucking movie.
All these Predator movies have ran into problems, bro. Like, I want to see Shane Black's Predator. Like the one before the studio came in and just was like, yeah, change all this shit.
Fucking.
Like, damn.
I was with it. I was with Shane Black's Predator all the way until the very end where they brought the Predator Hunter suit out.
I was with it right up until the spaceship, because once they get to the spaceship, that's when I was like, okay, so this is when it stopped being a Shane Black movie.
Right. Yeah. So, but before that, I was with it. It's like, all right, Shane Black made a Predator movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, Prey. I hope you're good. Like, I don't want any of this shit to be bad, but like, yo, I hope you're good. I mean, god damn.
Hulu. We'll see. It's
All
not
right.
Netflix. It's not Netflix.
Yeah, it's not Netflix. So, Bros, this shit looks hilarious.
It's a gay bro, like bro comedy, you know, like it feels
For
like
gay people.
for gay people. It feels like an answer to all that toxic, like fucking what was it, the Hangover energy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it feels like, all right, well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, but make it, you know, good.
I sent the trailer to somebody. I was like, yo, this shit looks hilarious. And I got a text back saying, yo, what's wrong with you? You a faggot now? I was like, oh, word?
Okay.
I was like, all right.
Okay. Well, we see who you are.
I was like, all right. I was like, yo, this shit's funny, bro. Don't matter if it's a guy. I want good content, whether it's about trans or gay people. I don't care. Because everything right now sucks.
A good movie is a good movie.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you very rarely get a good LGBTQ plus comedy,
right?
You know? Because this seems accessible across all spectrums, and like you know, gay and lesbian comedies for the most part have centered concentrated so much on that community that it's not funny to someone who doesn't know what that culture is like.
Right. Yeah.
Right. This seems like, okay, this is going to be a breakout, just like, you know, Bridesmaids or Girls Trip or something like that, like a raunchous comedy that just happened to be, you know, filled with gay people.
Yeah. Fucking whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into our last trailer, which is She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. And I want to say, again, I said this at the top of the show. I'm going to say it at the end of the show. It is sad to me that these movies are now secondary to the fucking shows. Because you know what? This looks good because this has an identity. It understands what it is. And it has sex jokes. Like when she said, oh, it's hard dating in your 30s. It's like, damn, I feel that. And then when that dude was being picked up and carried by She-Hulk,
right?
Man, I was jealous. I was just like, yeah, I was like, that's supposed to be me.
It's like, Dear Diary. No, it looks fun. It looks fun. It looks intelligent.
Yeah,
like you said, it has an identity. The thing about all these Marvel shows, right? You can never say it's boilerplate. Like each show, for better or worse, has its own personality.
Yes.
You know? And this is a perfect example of it. Like when they first announced She-Hulk and they said it was going to be a comedy, I was like,
No, I saw what they were doing because I knew they were going to do, because for the longest time she's been a lawyer. So I was like, oh, it's going to be like her doing trials.
Right. So. But now actually seeing it is like, you know, Marvel Television. Like, why I shouldn't doubt you anymore.
Is it sad to me that I find Tatiana Mansley more attractive when she's green?
Not at all. I didn't want to say it.
Yo, I was just like, she looks so much hotter green.
I was like, that's a thick bitch.
Yo, the one girl says it to her like, yo, Jessica, your ass looks great. I was like, yo, this is a Disney show, dog.
Right. This is.
I was like, shout out to Disney.
Like, oh, she got some hoggamalls going on. All right, yeah.
A lot of dudes were triggered when she picked the dude up at the end, and I was just like, nah, that's my fantasy.
Like, but have you ever been picked up by a big bitch? Then you don't know. So you need to shut the fuck up.
Dog, I would be milking that too. Be like, yo, oh, you want to beat me up? I'd be like, yo, you know who my girlfriend is? You know who my wife is? I'd be like, yo, Jen, come here. That's right, She-Hulk.
And like, here's another thing. I love how they got Daddy Hulk in there, or Zaddy Hulk.
Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk, whatever the internet wants to call him, and it seems like it works.
I also like that we're bringing back the Abomination.
Yeah. So
can we get Leader? Because Leader was
that was
Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
Can we get Leader? Can we please just put Leader in here?
Yo, we don't know. if they bring back the Abomination, Leader may be in this shit.
Like, I understand why they can't make a Hulk movie, but have him be a co-star in one of these seasons, and let's do a leader arc. Like, I've been fiending for Leader.
The world's our oyster when it comes to TV shows, so they might be able to do it.
Yo, man, listen, I can't believe I should not be more excited to see She-Hulk than I am Black Panther 2 or Thor: Love and Thunder.
It is what it is. Marvel, you done us wrong.
Oh, I would like to point out, because our boy Wayne pointed this out to us. Why is in Shang-Chi Bruce depowered and his arm's still broken, but then in this, he's back to being Professor Hulk and he's all A-okay?
Because it doesn't fucking matter. Because Shang-Chi doesn't fucking matter.
Yo, Phase 4 is just like do. Who cares? It's like slipping on a banana, like the banana peel trick.
All of Phase 4 is banana and a tailpipe.
Yeah.
All of this that scene from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The car's running, but I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, even Kevin's like, just keep counting the money.
Yeah. It's like, we're planning out the next 15 years of Marvel. It's like, if the next 15 years were anything like this year, you might as well just stop.
Yeah. Because I said this too. People might enjoy it now, but eventually, in the next 2 or 3 years, they're gonna catch on that y'all keep recycling the same script, right?
Just like Star Wars.
Yep. And the stuff is better on Disney Plus. So you're asking us to go out in theaters and pay for stuff that ain't as good as what we get at home. People are gonna catch on to this sooner than later.
100%.
So let's move into our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the Film Blurts feature film review.
I watched this twice.
It's and like I saw a whole bunch of people just compare it to Roger Rabbit, and like whenever I see someone, like the armchair reviewers and stuff like that, before I watch the movie, I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Like, just give the jerk off sound. All right, cool, whatever. Yeah. In this case, they were not wrong. This generation's Roger Rabbit.
For those of you who don't know, we are talking about Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It's basically it's like, imagine Disney's version of New Nightmare.
Okay.
Like, it's meta as shit. Like, it's a continuation, but like a meta continuation.
Right.
The Easter eggs are long. It's another reason why I watched it again, because there's just so many characters. I was just like, yo.
You're going to have, and there's some deep cuts in there. So you're going to watch it 3 or 4 times to get all of the references. But they're all, like.
There was a gummy bear in this. I was just like, bro, that was on when I was like 2 years old.
I used to fucking love the gummy bears. This is nostalgia done right, because it's not so much making fun of our love for the stuff, but it's still winking at us.
Yes. The jokes are actually funny.
Right? And actually kind of a little bit more risque than you would think for a Rescue Rangers movie,
I don't understand why this went straight to Disney Plus. This is one you guys should have put out in theaters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it was on Disney Plus, but also Disney, stop putting your hitters on Disney Plus.
Right?
Stop like this. This is a movie that I would gladly pay to see in a theater.
Oh man, they would have made so much money between the adults our age and then the kids. Like, and there's the thing that makes it funny too is like the other characters, because there's sight gags with the other characters, like Scrooge McDuck swimming in his pool. Right. Like, there's so many sight gags,
and it's like, I love how it's just not characters from the Warner Brothers. Oh, sorry, from the Disney universe, right?
Yeah, it's from all media.
Like that, like a fucking Stan Marsh in there in the steam room. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They got a motherfucking Pickle Rick, like dude, like the Comic-Con, like
they had Gumby.
Yeah, right. Like and J.K. Simmons playing knockoff Gumby. There are, if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, you will recognize a great deal of the, I don't even want to call them cameos. It's just like sight gags.
Yeah. What's also awesome is this knows what it is and it gets in and out because it's only an hour and a half.
The story is honestly, it's an average detective story, honestly. This is some Sam Spade shit, It knows what it is, it gets in, it gets out, and it's fucking hilarious. And this is barely a kids movie.
Yo, Ugly Sonic had me die.
With the teeth. Yo, they did
the close up with the music
twice. Fucking ugly.
Shit. Yo, it's probably why I'm gonna watch this again. This movie is hilarious. Like, this felt like the Lonely Island for kids.
Yeah, and like I with the Lonely Island, I'm hot and cold. Some of their stuff I really fucking love, and some of it's like, all right. But this is hitter. They finally nailed down the formula.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, bro, they had Darkwing Duck at the end begging. He's like, me, Darkwing, and I'm like, yeah, let's get a Darkwing Duck like this.
Because they've been talking about a Darkwing Duck reboot for fucking ever.
Right.
And like, if this is the way Disney wants to go with rebooting some of these old shows, I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too, because this was perfect. Do I think they should do a sequel? Nah, because comedy sequels are hard as is, and like this is perfect. Like perfect.
Yeah, this has been a good year for movies.
Yeah.
It really has been. And like I said, this is barely a kids movie.
Because you're gonna sit down and watch this with your kids, and they won't be laughing, but you will be, and they'll be like, "Why are you laughing?" You'll be like, "Yo, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
Yeah. And the fucking the Uncanny Valley joke with Seth Rogen.
I was like, Robert Zemeckis must have his feeling hurt right now.
It was like, are you talking to us? I was like, yes, I'm looking right at you. I was like, no, because it looks like you're having a conversation with that window across the street.
Seth Rogen's character couldn't look down or up.
And then, like, I love how Seth Rogen shows up 4 times. Remember when the dude gets knocked out, and then like all of the other Seth Rogen animated characters hover over him? Like, this shit is so fucking meta.
Yeah,
it really is. They did it. They did it. And this is what happens when you get weird, and you let interesting people and smart people do what they fucking do.
Yeah, because this movie is weird. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Chip has a dog, and the dog's bigger than the house and bigger than him.
Right. And I love the cheese. The cheese den was just like, this is a heroin den.
Yes. What other gags? I couldn't stop laughing for the first 5 minutes when it cuts to present day and Dale is CG.
Yeah. But like, look, Sonic's teeth steal the show.
Ugly Sonic.
Look, that other Sonic goes fast. Ugly Sonic goes slow. I take my time.
What was it? What was the show he was going to do? The cop show. It was like Ugly Sonic,
uglier crimes.
Yeah.
That's that big dick energy from Disney, because they were able to pay for all the rights to this. Even fucking Ugly. I want to see Ugly Sonic show now. I want a show.
I was just thinking about that, Jeff. Like, I forgot I had a conversation after the Sonic 2 screening with a friend. I was like, imagine if they kept the original design for Sonic. Imagine how Tails and Knuckles would have looked.
Like nightmarish. Night fucking marish.
Oh, man.
With teeth.
Zoomed in. The camera zoomed in on his teeth.
And he's talking real slow so you get the full shine.
Oh my god. Yeah, please go watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus. That movie's hilarious. It's rated PG.
Yeah, like, and it's it's PG, but like wink wink PG. You know, like it's oh shit. I'm thinking of all the sight gags. Fucking Batman versus ET.
You know what makes it even funnier? I would not be surprised if that got it.
Like all of the jokes, all of the throwaways. Like you have to watch this 4 or 5 times to get it, but it's worth it. It is totally worth it.
Now that we talking, like, yeah, I gotta go watch it again.
Yeah, like
I watched it. That would be my 3rd time seeing it.
Yeah, I want to watch it again right now because it's so good.
Stranger Things, man. I'd rather watch this again than deal with Stranger Things this weekend.
See, I've already forgotten Stranger Things is coming out. I've already, because I'm so deep into like, all right, well, I got Top Gun Maverick again.
Yeah, man, we got Bob's Burgers we got to do.
Right. Like
I've heard nothing but great things about.
All right. Yeah, look, I love Bob's Burgers, so let's see what they do.
All right, y'all, and that was episode 49.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFire XL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.